The Shark Deck by RiffleShuffle.com. Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. So I purchased a few of these. I bought one for my little brother who wanted to learn how to, do some magic tricks. He wants to get into magic, so I got him a deck of these because he loves sharks. I also really love sharks, so I was naturally drawn to this deck. I actually wanted to be a marine biologist when I went to college. That was the plan. But of course, not everything works out, but that's not the point. So, right off rip, I want you guys to know that I love this deck. I absolutely love this deck as it is, but we're gonna do an in-depth review of these cards. So let's talk about it. So you got shark in big, bold red letters right here. You got a beautiful great white shark that kind of wraps around the corner, goes to the side edge, and then kind of goes off to the back. Now, this is done on purpose, though. If you buy 3 decks, you can actually get a bit of a, kind of like a nice little presentation, of full visual of what this shark would look like if it was, on the entire face of the box. But you got a little shark right here, pretty much blank on the back with the exception to the side of the shark and its one pectoral fin. A completely blank side right here. All of the marketing and licensing information right here. RiffleShuffle.com is right there. These were printed with the United States Playing Card Company, which I think is pretty cool. Nothing on the top, and that's pretty much it for the box design. It's a pretty simple box design, but I like it because it's simple, it gets straight to the point. And yeah, so then you've got the pull tab like you normally do on most decks. So let's see if we can get this guy to pull. There we go. Bit of a backwards pull tab, but that's all right. The cellophane does come right off. There's no struggle with it at all. I like that a lot. Also, no paper seal. You're not going to get any kind of a paper seal on the back of this tuck case. It's going to be a simple pull open. The inside of the box is going to be a plain white, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's not exactly going to cost them points per se. So it sucks, but it's fine. You're also going to notice that one pull tab is red, one pull tab is black. That's just because it's continuing with the artwork and the theme right here. Going forward, the cards themselves. So you have 2 jokers, which are going to be these 2 great whites. And that's going to be it. There's no special kind of reveal. There's nothing really fancy about these cards. It's just really nice artwork. The Ace of Spades is going to have this nice rough kind of texture, which I believe is in reference to just shark skin, because shark skin is actually very abrasive. It's very, very rough, and I like that a lot. And you're also going to notice that the entire pips are going to be completely custom, and they're going to match their aces designed to a T. Now, the court cards are all one way. They are not symmetrical like most standard bicycle faces are. These are going to be one-way facing, but they're very intricate in their design, and I really like it. I also like how it's a very geometric kind of prismatic look to them, but I very much like the overall design that they went with. It's even a deeper red on these reds. It's almost like a maroon, but not entirely like a maroon. And of course, the court cards here are also going to be their own kind of customized look. And I really like what they did here. I think this is very unique. I would have preferred, personally, if the court cards were both symmetrical and if the courts featured some kind of a shark, like a different shark for each court card. I think that would have been very, very special. I thought that would have been very, very cool, and it really would have helped to sell the shark theme instead of just focusing on the great white. But overall, I'm not going to complain at all about these cards. You are also going to get the ad card for the Riffle Shuffle website. It's just their logo and their website link. That's that. You're also going to get a double Backer. Now, Magicians, you know what a double backer is. You're not going to want to throw that out. You're going to want to keep that for some kind of magic trick later on down the road. Non-Magicians, if you don't want to keep it, you don't have to keep it. But if you want to keep it, it's still a really cool, kind of trippy little thing to hang on to. But the back design is a symmetrical back design, which I am a huge fan of. I very much prefer to have some kind of a symmetry to my playing cards. I just like it that way. If I, flip the cards, it's going to be the same design no matter what I do. So fans, as far as fans are concerned, I think this is a very cool looking image, but it's also not the most eye-catching. It's definitely very nice that the borders are thinner than traditional bicycle borders. Traditional bike borders are going to be very, very thick, and it makes the imaging for a thumb fan rather difficult to enjoy. Overall stock, it's firm, but it's soft, if that makes sense. So like it's a very firm stock to go into for your it's a very firm stock to go into when you're trying to do some kind of a spring or a riffle or a dribble of some kind, but it also handles very softly and very smoothly, so I can appreciate that. The dribbles are very nice. The dribbles are super smooth and super well contained. It's almost like you're working with liquid paper. Pharaoh shuffles, we're going to see if this is a bottom to top or a top to bottom Pharaoh deck, and it's looking like a bottom to top Pharaoh. We can also try a top to bottom, see how that works. And it works that way too. Okay, so that's nice. We'll take a look at a jumbo fan. I know some people like to look at jumbo fans, so we'll see how that looks right now. Oh, let's get a much better Pharaoh here. Alright, so a jumbo fan is going to look like that. Not terrible, not bad, could be better, but certainly not the worst. As far as your kind of magic handling is concerned, I would say that this is by far one of the better handling stocks to do magic with. I definitely enjoy it a lot. Cardistry is going to be no problem whatsoever as well. You can easily do card flourishing with this deck, no problem. The stock, the tougher stock, is going to help you with your overall handling of that. Spreads, lapel spreads, a little clunky, a little difficult. Overall, not 100% terrible. Is there anything else we can talk about? If we wanted to do a tabletop shuffle, we can do that with absolute ease. This is going to handle all of its kind of poker table style card handling with zero issues. I like this very much. I think this is going to handle very nicely. But overall, as far as like magic is concerned, you're not going to have much of a problem with any kind of magic that you might want to do with these cards. I think that this deck is absolutely perfect for any kind of magic that you might want to try to accomplish. So I greatly enjoy this deck. Just a few creative points that I wish they may have done. If they do a Shark 2 deck, like a follow-up deck to this, I would very much like to see that. But overall, I'm going to give this deck an 8.5 out of 10 for its overall stock handling. And I'm taking away that 1.5 points just because of the design. I feel like these people are a little out of place for a deck that is supposed to be themed about sharks. I would just very much like to see, you know, more sharks in a deck. That's called the shark deck. But aside from that one little thing, I still think that this deck is wonderful. I would definitely recommend picking up a couple of these. I will provide a link below so that you guys can check these out and get them for yourself. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for tuning into the video. If you haven't, please like the video, share, subscribe, do all of those fun things. And hit that little bell notification too, so that you don't ever miss an update. And please feel free to check out my TikTok, where I'm posting constantly. Make sure that you check out my Instagram and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of those beautiful places. And if you want to learn how to do some amazing magic tricks, the Intro to Magic Masterclass on Patreon is now live, and our prerequisites are now being uploaded. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please make sure that you check out and pick up a couple of these decks, and please have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much, you guys, and take care.